Hello,
How do? You alright?
welcome to this week's video.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit
Or
late
it
again.
feels like it
Well, it
anyway.
is a few days late, but better late than never, that's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm always better late than never. Yes, I know. My fault, isn't it?
So, this week's video has been predominantly done by you, hasn't it? So, please be gentle with him.
Like I say, always better late than never.
So, unfortunately, life's thrown a bit of a rotten curveball at us at the moment, and I'm having to work away a few days a week. But we're trying to keep the ship afloat, literally, aren't we?
Well, we've had plenty of it going on, haven't we? So, like, why not?
Trying to keep on top of all the socials and the videos. So you spent a bit of time down on the south coast with me, didn't you? So done some bits of video about some of the historic stuff down there.
Well, I've tried, but like, I don't retain the information like Tash does as well. So, yeah, please be gentle.
Yeah, please be gentle with him.
So, is it a push the button, ring the bell time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you and me, the world, and everybody down south.
And we'll see you at the end.
See you in a bit.
So how are we doing? A little bit of misadventure. Tasha's had to come down to work down on the south coast, so we racked up at Christchurch last night. I've come out for a little training run for London Marathon. If you don't know, I managed to get a ballot place for London Marathon. So we're down at Sobo Beach, a little bit further down from Barton-upon-Sea in the Needles. Bournemouth behind me. I've just dropped down off the beach. It's a mile and a half from Christchurch. So I just thought we'd take a little run along the coastline. Nothing much to say, but come and join me. If I see anything else that's on the way, the beach huts here are nice. The causeway's a little bit sandy, but at the end of the day, I can't expect much more. Let's go for a little run towards Bournemouth, and then we'll go from there. We got to 2.5 miles, and well, isn't very often you see in January sea swimmers. Okay, but what I've actually stopped and what I didn't know was how often do you see a beach with a chairlift or a cable lift, yeah, or a cliff lift, whichever you want to call it. So in between Southbourne and Bournemouth, we turn around and have a cliff lift with a beach, with barbecue points, loads of beach huts, and well, up here at Bournemouth and bars at Soho. So here we are. I've come to the Great Tower, part of the large Norman castle that was in and around, I'll say in Christchurch. Dates back to around about 1107, and it has something to do with the William the Conqueror and partisans and parliamentarian fights and the civil unrest. It's an interesting tower, but it fits in around the priory down at the bottom down there, and the priory there. Okay, making a change from me doing a little bit of this. I've come out on a run while Tash is at work, and I've come to a place called St Catherine's Hill just outside Christchurch, and it's only a little short run, but Tash normally does all this media bit. So St Catherine's Hill, it's been here a long time, and it's got stuff from archaeological monuments, flint tools, and based on the Stone Age hunter and gatherer, burial mounds from the Bronze Age. What else? Goes back to the medieval period. I'm reading a board, by the way. And then it's had farming and quarrymen, and the military have been here. The gun club, which is down at the back, and you'll hear some of the shots in the background, is where some of the deployments of the Anzacs the New Zealanders came to learn how to do trench digging and dealing with stuff like that. There's water reservoir tops, just sunken water reservoirs on the top. If you look at the map, you can just about make them out on Google Maps. You've got Tamuli, which is Bronze Age burial mounds, which is a ring on the plateau of the hill. The rifle range, first built by Lord Malmesbury, I think that's pronounced, in the 1800s for training, but it's also been redesignated as the gun club. Christchurch Priory was connected here in 1000 AD and was used as a hermitage until the 1600s. Earthworks are not understood round here, but some of it's also based back to the Romans. And then there's a thing called Hen's Ditch, which Hen's, Henns, means old in Gaelic and enclosed in Old English, is marked on maps from the 1690s, so probably Saxon in date, and it stretches from the River Avon, which is over that way, to the River Soar, which is that way, and just a little bit. But I'll try and find you the reservoirs again as I go back and do a little bit more. There's a trig point up here too, so I'll show you that. And on a clear day you can see the needles. I can make it out today. I've been up there already, and just make them out, but it's very, very clouded over. And then you've got the points up towards Westbourne Beach. So I'll give you a little bit more when we get there. So as I said, I show you some of the water reservoir tanks. There's two of them. One's a square one, one's a round one. So there's some artwork done by some very good people up here, and because it's out of the way, I can imagine it being quite a nice place to just take the time to do it. And it's quite a, there you go, there's one, and then there's also a lady with a candle when I find it, and there's two. Let's go back and try and find the trig point. So here we are, the trig point at the top of St Catherine's Hill, and that's the River Avon. Okay, and going that way goes out to sea. I don't know whether you can see it, but just on the end of my fingertip is Hengistbury Point, and then also, which is only about 2 miles away, because we're only with the churches. Where are we? The churches, if I can get it. No, it's not quite. Oh yeah. There, the Priory is the centre of town, so we're only 2 miles away, and then if I can get it, somewhere about there is the Needles, but you can't really see it today due to the fact that the weather's a little bit overcast, but you can see where some of the floodings happened down here on the River Avon. It has been worse apparently, but obviously time's gone by and a little bit has receded, because it goes out to sea. It's not so bad here, but it is really fast flowing going down through the centre of Christchurch. Like I say, 2 miles out from Christchurch. It's a nice little place to come. You'll hear the gun club going, possibly in the background. There is red flags marked, so you're perfectly safe, but very interesting place to come and visit. There's quarrying and bits and pieces all dotted around, so why not come down to Christchurch and have a look at what's going on.
We've had to do a bit of voiceover on this because it was so windy down to Hengistbury Head we couldn't talk on the video as we were doing it. You would never have been able to hear us, but here's a panoramic looking out across the English Channel and this is going towards the direction of Bournemouth, which you'll be able to see in a minute. There you go, in the far distance there is Bournemouth, and then as it pans further round, you've got Christchurch and the bay, and where the River Avon meets the English Channel. Again, we've had to voice over because of the wind. This monument is to mark Rolls-Royce connections with the area. They had their first international aviation meeting here at Hengistbury Head back in 1910. There you go, something a bit different.
Nerves over and done with. I do apologise if it isn't that good.
And of course links back into the boating with the River Avon as well.
Well, we tried to with St Catherine's Hill and overlooking and the flooding and the bits and pieces. So we try, because there's loads of stuff to see down there. And like the River Hamwell's not that far, is it, as well? And that's got loads of big boats, seagoing ones. But hey, all the same, isn't it, really? It still floats on water.
It does. So next week we'll have some boating for you again. We had a bit of a disaster, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago, in amongst our curveball of life at the moment. So we'll bring that to you next week.
Adds to the fun of the fair.
So thank you so much for watching. We will try and get some kind of normality back again. Thank you to all our new subscribers. We really, really do appreciate it.
Hi.
Have a good week.
So that's a hint for me. Push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you, me, the world, everybody down in Bournemouth, Christchurch and the south, and all those people that are new across the world.
Have a good one. See you next week.
See you later.
Bye.